So I've done everything, but my stomach is not becoming flat. I was healthy and I was eating right before the baby, and now I'm eating, everything I can. I haven't put on a lot of weight, but my stomach is not flat. I'm doing everything. I'm exercising, but I don't know how to get rid of my the belly fat. These are some of the things that a lot of mothers who have reached out to me have said, and they kept asking me, how did you get your tummy to be flat? How did you get your tummy to be flat? I got these comments when I posted my first pictures after 2 months after I had my baby. So today I want to have a candid conversation about how my body has changed since I had a baby. So this is my third baby, and I want to go back to my first pregnancy. So my first pregnancy, I wasn't the healthiest. I would say I was a little overweight, and when I had the baby, I gained more weight. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't someone who was keen on exercising or eating healthy at the time. And then when I decided to lose the weight after I had my second baby, it was difficult. It wasn't easy. Um, I noticed that my stomach, particularly, was saggy. It wasn't the same as before, and I had this hanging belly down there. Um, there was a time when, if I was stressing out, I would actually lift my belly up and put it in my jeans or in my pants. And I didn't like that. It wasn't flattering. I wasn't confident about myself, and I felt I had to do something about it. To be honest with you, it took me 3 to 4 years to to have some kind of flat tummy, and even with that, I wouldn't say that I have a flat tummy. So the first change that I've seen or that I had when I had a baby was the saggy and loose skin around my belly. And I know this has got to do with having your belly stretching out when you are pregnant, and trying to get it tight back in when you have a baby. It's not that easy. So I have had 3 C-sections, and with each pregnancy, I feel like my stomach muscle is being torn apart further. Before I got pregnant with this one, I tried so hard doing a lot of pelvic floor exercises to kind of bring my tummy back in, and I saw major results. I think that I was almost there, and I was at the point where I started even seeing my stomach muscles, what people call the six pack. And I was so pleased, and then I got pregnant. And I was like, oh, now that I'm at this healthy weight, now that I'm pregnant, I feel like I'm going to pick it right back up when I have a baby. But now it's been 6 months since I had a baby, and my belly is, I'll say, the biggest that I've seen it in a very long time. I have this pouch under my abdomen, and it's like a hard fist size. I was worried about what it was. Before, I thought, I was like, oh, is this a hernia? Is this fibroid? I really didn't know what it was, but ultimately I found out that it's my stomach muscles that is separated, and the only way for me to deal with this right now is to work on my pelvic floor, because surgery is not an option for me. So the first thing is a change in my belly. Number one, I have saggy belly skin, so even when my tummy is flat, I still see the sagginess. My kids laugh at me all the time, and I tell them that, hey, I'm like this because of you. So the sagginess on my skin. The second thing is the pouch that I have. It's a hard, sometimes when you press, I feel it like it's really a hard muscle down, my abdomen. And it just changes the whole structure of how my stomach looks. Even when I wear clothes, sometimes you see that my lower abdomen is protruding. And this is something that in the beginning I was very self-conscious and self-aware of that, but with time I came to accept it, and even now I accept it. Even though my belly is this way, I feel like I know how to get back into it. Over the last 3 months, I've just been on a binge. I've been eating because I've been sleep deprived for a long time, I've not been sleeping well, and when I don't sleep well, I tend to eat anything that I can get my hands on. I just feel like my body, it's a way of my body compensating for the lack of sleep. I'm looking forward to start exercising again, mainly with my pelvic floor exercises, and doing some weights and checking my diet. And I feel with this, I can get my tummy back to where it was before I got pregnant with this baby. Another thing that I would say is that for me, the first 2 months after I had the baby was major weight loss for me. I lost almost 25 kilograms in the first 2 months after my pregnancy, because I was on a strict diet because I had high blood pressure, and that resulted in massive weight loss for me. I lost that weight, and then 3 months, after, or 6 months down the line, I've gained a lot of weight back because of the way I'm eating. So I just realized that postpartum is actually a journey. It's going to take a while for me to settle in. I'm giving myself up to 1 year to actually get my body back to the way it was before. I'm really feeling no pressure right now to get my body back, because I feel my priority right now is my baby and myself being in the best mental health possible. And so I'm not stressing so much about physically how I look. I know a lot of women, especially those who have first babies, stress a lot because they have the pressure to go back to the way they look. People will be like, oh, you still look pregnant, are you sure you're not pregnant? I mean, I recently had that, but I just laugh it off. All in all, I feel like we need to embrace our new bodies as women, because childbirth, it's not a joke. Childbirth is a gift. Childbirth is something that takes a lot from us, that requires a lot from us. And so we need to accept and be comfortable in our skin with the way we look, and with the right diet and exercise, I think that we can get some normalcy. Another thing that I didn't do was consistently was tying my stomach. I feel like belly bands help a lot, because when I started doing it, initially I saw a difference, but I couldn't keep up because I had a C-section, and taking care of the baby with a belly band was very restrictive. I cannot breastfeed my baby properly, which is something I'll talk about later, which is belly bands, to help get your belly back in. I would want to cover that in another post, but I just wasn't consistent with tying my stomach, and all these I would say added to how my belly looks right now. But I'm looking forward to working on it and getting it back to where it was. So the second change in my body since I had a baby is my hair. So when I had my first baby, I had relaxed hair. So my natural hair journey actually started when I had my first child, because I had massive hair loss. 6 months after I had the baby, my hair started falling off like crazy. Like anytime I would comb it, a chunk would just come off. But prior to that, I had the most luscious and beautiful hair, bouncy, thick hair, and I loved it. And I never knew that hair loss was associated with, having a baby, until I saw it happen. And then I got up one day, I was like, no way. Like the wind would blow, and then my hair would just go in the direction of the wind. I was like, I'm going to cut this all off. I'm going to go natural. So that's how my natural hair journey. Comparing how my hair is right now to how it was when it was relaxed, I've had some major hair loss. So I washed my hair just yesterday, and you can see how much hair that has fallen off just by washing my hair once. But I would say I had braids in, and I kept it for 2 months before taking it out. But after I took it out, this is it. This is the second major shedding that I've had since I had the baby. I've had 2 braids since I gave birth, and after each braid, when I comb my hair, I'll say this is the quantity of hair that has fallen off. But I would say that comparing it to my relaxed hair, this is way better. Also, because I know that hair loss is associated with having a baby, I took steps to kind of keep my hair in a better condition now than it was when I had relaxed hair. So my hair loss is a change that I've had in my body since I had the baby, but I think this time around I'm managing it better than before. The third way my body has changed since I had the baby is weight gain. So I have gained weight. Initially, I lost almost all the weight I gained before I was pregnant, but now I've put it back on, like I said, because I'm eating. So my weight gain is mainly from eating. I know people say that, oh, I don't know, I'm not doing anything, but I'm just gaining weight. I'm sorry, but nobody gains weight from just drinking water. And I'm being honest and candid about the foods I'm eating. I have eaten a whole chocolate cake in a week. I'm not joking. I have had fufu in the evening, which, to myself is even surprising. I have had pizza and shawarma and fries all at the same time. So it's everything that has come my way over the last few months. I even wonder whether there was a hormonal thing going on with me, because there are times when I just eat and eat and eat for no reason, and then there are days when I just don't eat anything. So I've been very inconsistent with my diet, as against how I was in the beginning, and I think that is what has contributed to my weight gain. And so most of my clothes don't fit me. Like, I dread dressing up because I have to find something that will fit me. So my weight gain, even though I would say compared to my first pregnancy, it's not as much. I still have gained weight, and you can see from my arms and my whole body that I've gained weight, particularly around my tummy area. And it's also something that I'm looking to work on. Confidence wise, I wouldn't say that it's affecting me so much, even though it does, because I know myself and I know how I am. Um, but I'm looking forward to really working out. I would say that I'm confident in my skin. I think I'm older and I'm wiser about these things, so I don't let it bother me too much. Also, because I think I know the right thing to do and I know how to address these issues. Before, when I had my first child, I was confused. I didn't know what to do, I didn't know what foods to eat. But with the years of practice and being consistent, I think I know how to get myself back there. So I'm in my comfort zone currently, enjoying my baby and enjoying my life. But I'm looking forward in the near future to lose some weight. Before I became pregnant, I was around the 70 kilogram mark. Right now, I weigh 80 to 81 kg, and so I'd say I have close to 20 pounds to lose. It's a lot, but I think that with determination and the right exercise and diet, I can get back into it. So I'm looking forward to losing the weight, and I hope that anyone who is also struggling to lose weight postpartum would go on that journey with me, and we're going to make it happen. So another way in which my body has changed since I had a baby has got to do with my skin. So there are two parts to this. The first one has got to do with the skin coloration. When I was pregnant, I was very dark. I know a lot of women experience this darkness, but my darkness was kind of like partial darkness. So my face was very dark, and then my neck was another color. So I remember first few months putting on makeup was a drag because my face and then my skin, the rest of my body wasn't matching. I remember my christening, I was like, why does my face look so dark? Well, because they were trying to blend my neck and my face. So the color of my skin, it's a change that I saw in my body. Now I think my skin tone is coming back to normal. I would advise women not to do anything when they are darker. Some people will be tempted to use lightening creams to kind of lighten it out, but it does go away on its own. I made a mistake of trying to lighten my skin when I had my first child because of the dark patches, and it didn't go well. It's actually not healthy even for your baby too. So I just let it, take its natural course, and now my skin is back to normal. The second thing, which is new to me because I never had this before, is I had skin issues. So I had dermatitis, I had eczema. So this is a rash that comes, at multiple places in your body. It's very itchy, especially at night, and you see this scaly patches all over, and it was terrible for me. Like, I had a terrible experience. I went to see a dermatologist. They gave me, things to apply, topical agents, and apparently this was an allergic reaction. And everybody kept saying, "Oh, it's going to go away after the baby." But 6 months postpartum, and I'm still having problems with my skin. I have dry skin. I have a very scaly skin right now. I can't even believe it. My skin is always white, a very dry skin. So I'm always having to apply a lot of moisturizing agents to my skin. I use only natural products, for my skin, but still I have to reinforce and use more products than before. I have a scaly scalp. I have a lot of dandruff in my hair, and this, comes when you have dry skin. So my skin problem, I was very uncomfortable with it. I couldn't wear tights because any clothes that were tight, it would just aggravate the problem that I had on my skin. It was all over. It started with my thighs, it went to my legs, my arms, under my feet is very ashy. Even now my feet is very, very ashy. So I'll show my feet. This is under my feet. This is, as candid as it gets. As you guys can see, you can see cracks under my feet. You can see this side. And this is even after moisturizing. I've actually moisturized my feet, but you can see no amount of having a pedicure, it's making this go away. You see cracks under my feet. This is something that came when I was pregnant, and I'm still having it after my pregnancy. So my other feet, so this I'll show to you guys. See this. Every evening I'm having to moisturize under my feet just to get all these cracks to go away. I would say it's getting better, but it's taking 6 months to see some level of change in it. It was pretty bad in the beginning when I was pregnant and even after I had the baby, but this is just an example of my skin problems. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to having this go away completely because it's quite uncomfortable. When I walk barefooted, sometimes it really hurts bad. Yeah, so I wear socks and I moisturize it in the evening and I wear socks to bed when it really hurts. My feet keep going each time I have a baby. So this is a shoe I had before I had my baby. As you can see, it's a size 40 UK, and I'm going to try it on for you guys to see. As you guys can see, this is hard. Like, it won't fit. It just won't fit. And even if I try, my feet won't go the whole way down. So you see, it's getting folded up here because it's too, my feet are too large for this shoe right now. Before I had kids, I was a size 39. Right now I'm a size 41, almost able to wear 42, I would say. And I read that anytime you're pregnant, your ligament stretches, your bone stretches, and I thought it was a myth until I've experienced it myself. So all my shoes right now don't fit. As you can see, this shoe is not fitting me right now. I'm thinking of having to get new shoes. But prior to pregnancy, I think I'm a sneaker girl. Like, because of what I do, I'm always walking around in sneakers, and I think sneakers provides a little bit room than shoes do. And so I'm sticking to wearing sneakers and sandals in the meantime and not wearing my high heels because all my high heels don't fit me. When I was pregnant, my feet were really swollen. I was wearing size 43 at the time. Can you imagine? So I just decided to get 1 or 2 sandals because I knew that the swell would come down when I have a baby, and I probably won't be able to wear them. So I just got 1 or 2 sandals when I was pregnant. But now my feet the size has gone down to a 41. Up, a size 41 and a half, I would say. So each time I've had a baby, I'll say my feet size has grown by half a size or a full size, depending on my weight and how I was in my pregnancy. And this is a change that you should expect. I know people wouldn't be thinking that it's true, but you might have your feet size growing when you have a baby. So guys, these are some of the changes that I've had since I had a baby. It's as candid as it gets. I hope that other women will feel comfortable about the changes they see in their body, embrace it, and find solutions to solve some of their problems. Ultimately, I think our health is most important. So our health and wellness, I feel we should focus on that. Some of the changes are cosmetic, and it can have a fix, with 1 or 2 changes. Some take longer to see results. Some are short term, and then you can just resolve it quickly. But all in all, I encourage every woman to be confident in their skin and embrace who they've become, because we birth a whole human being, and that in itself is a huge and remarkable achievement. So until next time on my channel and on my postpartum diaries, it's bye from my channel.